Это не учивого. Тоже может тупее быть учивого обзора. Так, всем привет, с вами Боб. Да. И мы играем за Stanley Parable. Ну, как мы несколько раз, каждая серия, каждая концовка. Я сейчас покажу 2 концовки. И стоит начать игру. Это игра как бы... Ну, сначала вышел мод для Half-Life. Stanley Parable, а потом сейчас сделать типа вот этой игры.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes. All of his co-workers would... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Thus, when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Подождите, хочу показать вам другую концовку. Секунду. Я же забыл, маленькая концовочка такая. Может, какая-то же секретная. Да, это кафа. Сейчас. А секретненькая. Кажется, можно какой-то телефон ответить. Теперь еще надо какой... На этот, что ли? Не на этот телефон? Нет, не знаю, ладно. Кто звонит-то? Где звонит? Не понимаю.
in cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Итак. Хорошо.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Да.
What could it mean?
Да почему? Ладно, конечно, ключевой запись закончил, немного отдохнул. Даже сказал, что это тупая запись. Смотри. Блин, не получилось. Где вы это шибать? Блин. Да блин, не получается. О! И вот так. Что я сама игру?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any...
Так и сделать, потому что сейчас будет болтовня, песня, вот это будет интересно. Может, сами, что там будет. Посмотрим. Играем по сюжету теперь.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Начальник вел двойку, потом сказал, шестерку, потом четверку, потом пошел пятерку. Попробуем?
By simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself.
Куда я еду? Что это за тупой голос? У меня в голове.
Feel this now, when for years it had never
Куда я вообще еду?
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Куда-то я шагаю.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay. Я понял, я проверился. Я правильно поверил. Потому что мой друг.
But of course, Stanley thought
Тупой
better
друг.
of it and realized he simply had too
Который
much
говорит
to
мне, что
live
надо
for.
делать. Кто даже придумал эту историю? Вот эту. Которая сейчас тут. Он придумал эту историю. Друг. Я не знаю даже, как его зовут. Может, это вот Пэр был. Ну, короче, его зовут инструктор, я залез на вот сюда, короче. Вы шутите? Вот теперь я по-настоящему сломал карту. Ой, не сломал карту. Да правда сломал карты. Блин. Почему я запрыгнул на стол, туда-сюда и вот прямо сюда. Все, это правильно, все? Я провалился, что ли? Я сломал карту. О, разработчики. Я сломал карту. Как я показал, как можно сломать эту карту по-настоящему, а не по-настоящему. Так что будем считать, что это будет концовка. Всем спасибо за просмотр, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал. И еще, пишите в комментариях, что вы хотите, чтобы я делал. И я это буду делать, и проверить, что будет концовка. Ну, кстати, это было смешно вообще.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Ладно, хорошо. Заканчиваем серию. Так, немножко закончить серию. Вот, да.